everyone, and welcome to my Plan With Me video in my Passion Planner. This is the marble hardcover. I love it, love it, love it. I've had some questions on how I kind of use my planner to prep for NaNoWriMo, which is the month of November. It is a writing challenge to write 50,000 words in 30 days. And Preptober in October is lovingly the time where you prep for this novel. Now, I'm a bit of a rebel, and so I'm actually going to be continuing the book that I am currently writing. So I have less of a prep to kind of do, but I had some questions on how I use stickers and kind of how I did a layout for what I'm working on. So since I am currently writing this book, I thought it was perfect to kind of just show you guys how I set up my planner so that I can do either writing goals or, you know, keep track of a lot of other things in here, because this is my catch-all planner. So not only am I recording my life in here, I'm also doing my business and I'm also doing writing stuff. So I just got this new Happy Planner sticker book that was on sale, and so I'm really excited. I wanted to use this. Please just kind of ignore this. So I have a light pad. I have a previous video that I kind of showed my light pad that I just traced this. I wanted a little bit of decor that was kind of my own, and so I just kind of went ahead and did that before the video just because it takes a while to trace that and it's kind of boring and nothing really happens. So I am going to kind of show you how I use mine. So obviously I keep my life kind of organized with this, but I also do my work and writing goals. So in the work to-do list is typically where I keep track of my Instagram posts that I need to be doing, and then any work-related things that need to happen during that week, whether that's sending out a newsletter, whether that's promos going on, stuff like that. And so I typically cover these up, but I've discovered that the more that I cover these up, the bumpier this area gets, and it gets really, really hard to write on that. So I am actually not Hi Violet. I'm not going to cover this with washi tape. I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. If you guys can hear her, you can discover that she learned how to do a little sound, and it's really, really cute, except when she wakes you up at 1:30 in the morning because she's hungry and does that instead. So yeah, that's not fun. I'm going to just do this little weekends vibe because there's like a little part here that I had to go over the black bar here and cross over, and I don't like that. And I never do weekend like related things here, so I'm just going to put that sticker there. Let's see. I want to do something long in here big, because I never really use this space. I will use it more in November when I'm keeping track of my word counts and things like that, which I usually record it here, but I think I'm going to do overall like weekly word counts and things like that in this space. And so let's go ahead because, well, that one I want to kind of use with a box, but I don't necessarily need a box down here. Let's just do this guy because he's big and massive, and it has a flower that I, kind of want to focus on the flower aspects, which is kind of why I drew that. Let's see. I am kind of going to go over, well, it's already stuck down. I really just, I don't take anything too seriously in this planner. That also gives me kind of some room over here to do something as well. I also don't really use Sundays, and so I am going to go ahead, let's do this flower. I don't really use Sundays a whole lot, like to plan. Oh, that is picking up the paper, not the sticker. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy down and use this as like kind of my list thing. So this is the first time I'm going through this planner, so I apologize that this is kind of like my first time looking through all of this. Let's see. So I want to I do want to cover that up. I don't really need that space for a quote. Can't replicate, enjoy life. Let's enjoy life here. Because I want to go like dark. I want to have the darker stuff. So let's enjoy life right here. And I don't mind that it covers up this box at all. I don't really use these all that much. I think what I'm going to do is use this as a chapter tracker. So the chapters that I've completed, I'm going to go ahead and write the chapter titles there because I keep track of chapter titles. I'll probably just leave that as is. I might find a blue sticker to kind of put over that, but I won't worry about labeling it or anything like that. So let's go ahead and find some things to kind of, I use the time blocking a lot. So I kind of like to see how much time I'm spending on what project, whether that's doing planner stuff, whether that's writing, whatever it is. So I do kind of like to keep these open. Obviously, I don't need it on Sunday. I don't really work all that much on Sundays. I like to keep that as my own, you know, kind of evening or day and do my own things. So when it comes to time blocking, I usually just kind of write when I'm starting, when I'm finishing, you know, how many words I got. So like specifically for sprints, things like that. I do quite like that. I like this guy. So I do like to keep the time, like the time areas open, or at least visible. So I know I'm going to kind of, I just said that I, you know, keep them visible, but I'm going to put a flower over that one. See, now I hate that. Now I wish I hadn't done that, but that's okay. I don't really, it's not the end of the world. You know, if you put something down that you don't quite enjoy, it's, you know, it's still pretty. It's not like I, you know, completely ruined something. And then let's do something down here. I'm going to put maybe something big down here. There might be or like, you know, because I kind of use this. I wish I had put that over there. Oh, well, you know, this happens. And it's, like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's do some of these little guys. I want to kind of cover that up. Let's do this guy here because I don't really do anything late at night. And yeah, I hope you guys can hear this. I hope that this is audible. Let's see, what kind of flower? Let's do this guy right here. That's the other thing is with Violet waking up, we're going through the 4-month sleep regression right now. And so she's like waking up multiple times in the middle of the night, which is, you know, it's fine. It is what it is, but it means my mornings suck. So I don't really do much in the mornings anymore. And like I used to be a morning person until I was pregnant with her, and now basically my mornings are shot. I do nothing. So I think I'm going to actually call it on the stickers. So that's kind of how I'm doing that. So as you guys know, I like to pre-plan. I write out what I need to be doing beforehand so that I have an idea of when I sit down, I know what I'm putting in my spread. So honestly, I just like to kind of make some pretty colors and everything. I don't necessarily take anything super seriously. Yeah, that's what I've been dealing with since 1:30 this morning. So she's quite the character right now. Up here, I don't really track anything specific up here. I usually leave this open for my personal goals, the little today's focus. Sometimes I'll put washi up here. Most of the time I just kind of highlight it and leave it open, and we'll just write random things in there. So see, now that I'm going over that sticker. But when it comes to like writing stuff, a lot of the stuff that I do is on the computer. I don't necessarily, I like to have spreads. So specifically for motivation, I like to have spreads that I enjoy, that I want to open up and, you know, write things down in. And so let's see. It's 21 weeks. Let's see. When I open up my spread and plan to, kind of write what I'm doing. And so I really enjoy having a spread that I want to keep open, that I want to leave open on my desk, because it really just kind of keeps me motivated when it comes a day that maybe I haven't slept because Violet's been, doing this all evening, or late into the morning and all that sort of stuff. So I like having a spread that keeps me focused, minimalist, clean. That's just my personal preference. A lot of people can do all of the stickers and they really like it and it looks good. And that's just not my style. So I like to keep my spreads open. I like the white space, and it really just kind of keeps me focused. So I'm going to kind of speed this up. So what I'm going to do is go through, I'll put my Instagram posts here. I'll put anything else that I need to kind of do work related here. I don't have any appointments or anything for the week personally. And come the end of the previous week, I will determine where I'm at in terms of word count and what I need to be putting where, whether I have a goal to hit, X thousand words or, whatever it is. I will determine that at the end of next week. What chapters I complete here. Just anything that I've written this week, I will just kind of write which chapters I complete, the title of those chapters for the project. I think up here I will most likely do a word goal, especially because I'm trying to get back into writing every single day after baby, but also, kind of trying to up my word count so that I can practice getting that 1667 a day that will help me reach 50,000 words in 30 days. So I'll probably put a word count goal here. As I'm recording this video, I'm at 80,000 on my current project. And so we'll see what number I actually reach at the end of the week. And then I will kind of set myself a new goal for this week to kind of up my writing pace and get some things done in there. I think what I'm going to start doing, especially I'm trying to also in October finish my Goodreads challenge. And so I may end up putting a box here, depending on how many books I finish this week. I might put either a big box here, or if it's not that many, I may just write the books that I've completed reading in my personal to-do list. But other than that, I like to leave mine fairly blank because like I said, I'm going to be using all of these time blocking things, all of these areas, and I'll do a post video, I believe, either for this spread or the previous week, that kind of shows how I've used time blocking to kind of keep track of how much time I'm spending writing and what I'm doing, so that I can kind of rearrange my schedule and manage that a little bit better come November. But the other thing too is some of these times, like I know for a fact I'm not going to get started writing before 9 o'clock. That's very rare. Just when Violet's getting up, when I need to do, things in the morning, walk the dog, get myself ready, all that sort of stuff, especially if I've been up late at night with her. And so what I'll do is with this earlier stuff, I will either put a sticker here or I'll just leave it as is, and I'll do either my top 3 things that I want to accomplish this day in the time slots that I'm not using. And that's the other thing that I do down here at the bottom. I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock at night simply because I know I'm going to be up multiple times in the middle of the night with Violet. So I'll use this space down at the bottom to kind of either write out how many words I wrote during the day or some sort of accomplishment that I've made during the day, so that I have, I don't have, a giant chunk of time up here knowing that I'm not going to get working until down here and only using a portion of my planner. I will kind of take advantage of that. But it also depends on the day. And so filling that in during the week and adding more stickers and things like that, you don't have to have everything set up perfectly when you sit down to, start this planner, or when you are setting it up for the week. You can leave things blank and you can fill it in later. There's nothing wrong with that. What you guys see now in this video might not be the same thing. I mean, obviously I'm going to fill it in and do all my writing stuff in here, but you might not see, you might have added stickers at the end of this. And so my finished product is never really quite the same. Not just because I'm filling it in for the week, but because, I'll add stickers where there are blank spaces and things that, if I hit an accomplishment, I might find a box in this sticker book and write that accomplishment in that box. And that's the nice thing about, planner spreads and doing this is you can always change it. And this layout has really worked for me, and kind of doing a different color or a different theme every week really works for me. I've tried to not do time blocking and it just doesn't really work with my brain. And so, I tried it for a couple weeks, didn't quite work out how I wanted it to. When I was not spending as much time writing and things like that, I didn't necessarily need the times. And so that's when I stopped doing time blocking. But now that I'm going to be doing Preptober, I'm doing Nano, having the time set up and kind of seeing where my time is being spent, whether I'm wasting time on social media or, I'm reading books and things like that. I like to see how I'm using the week so that I can kind of better prepare for November and understand, okay, I'm wasting, an hour and a half on lunch when I can really cut that down. If I, don't pick up a book, I can, only read, eat for 30 minutes rather than eat for 30, read for a little bit before, read for a little bit after, things like that. And so having this kind of spread and having it open and available to kind of assess where I need to be going for the next month is really, really helpful. So I hope that this kind of inspires you guys and gives you some ideas for how to use your planner come November, or even for Preptober. A lot of this space can be used for characters, it can be used for locations, it can be used for research. You can use this as a journaling area. So if you have ideas for your book, they can go in here. I often don't really write my ideas and things in this planner simply because I post them on social media, and my books will eventually be out in the world because I'm a self-published author. And so I don't necessarily want to spoil things for people. And because I do post, my pictures and stuff on here. So there are definitely a lot of spoilers, codes and stuff that I use to kind of protect everything that I post on social media. But there's so much space here to kind of use how you want. So, using the space of infinite possibility, you can always put stickers and or, put some paper down here and cover up these boxes and write in there. You can do little flips. I know that they have a notes page that you can print out, and you can actually tape it here and have a notes page in between these pages. And that's actually a really cool idea that I might end up using during November if I have notes and stuff that I need to take for my book and what I need to be working on that week. I might, use a notes page, kind of paste it in here and have like a little flip. So we'll see if I end up using that. But having a little bit of empty space when you go to, kind of set this up gives you a lot of freedom and a lot of places to either write notes or track things that you want to be tracking. So like I said, I'll track chapters up here. I'll track word count down here. I will obviously track time that I'm spending writing here. And then I obviously have my work to-do list. So things that I need to be doing for Patreon, a story that I need to be writing for Patreon, and then any sort of YouTube videos that I need to be doing, as well as my Instagram posts and any other, newsletter or promos or certain places that I need to be promoting my book and or posting about in here. This is typically where I do anything that I have personally. I have nothing next week that requires me to plan ahead. But a lot of times this side of my planner kind of ends up being blank. And so I probably will end up putting more stickers and stuff here to give myself space to write, especially come November when I'm doing stuff for my book. So I hope that inspires you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you. And I have a bonus. I have new tiers on Patreon. So if you're here and you want to find out more about my writing, if you want an inside look at some of that sort of stuff, head on over to Patreon. The link is in the description. And you can kind of see a little bit behind the scenes of what I'm doing, not just writing wise, but also, you know, kind of some life. And you can have an inside look at my books and some really cool, fun perks as well. So Violet is jumping up on me, grabbing my hair. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and I'll see you next week.